Hey, I'm gonna talk about everybody's favorite topic, how awesome humans are. No, seriously though, why are humans better than other intelligent life in the universe? Okay? And I'm gonna say something we have an advantage and how to capitalize on it for survival of the human race. Okay? No random rants that aren't popular. This is non-contradictory, what do you when it's controversial. This is non-controversial, okay? Non-controversial topic. So what we have is the advantage of humans. We have a few advantages, and the source of this advantage. So this is the bright side of things. The source of these advantages are one, uh, death by aging, and two, technology from war. So those advantages, I think, equip us with advantages that other species probably don't have. So if you were looking at alien life, we would imagine they would be that the alien life which begins to form civilizations would be the same types of civilizations you see cropping up in intelligent life here on Earth. Stone Age humans, wolf tribes, giant squid tribes. Do they have tribes? Sperm whale tribes or pods. Yeah, sperm whale pods. You see, the predators have to be intelligent to hunt, but they have a lot of energy because they eat meat instead of plants. And so there's another benefit to killing other animals is um, it's easier to acquire energy pre-civilization, like pre-agriculture. And so, and the advantage of death is we're adaptable. So our young ones can learn a different zeitgeist than the previous millennium. I mean, the previous generation, and so we can adapt through education. And what war has brought us is encryption led to decryption, and we had these computers to encrypt and decrypt messages, and computers could also be used for um, I, I don't know what was the cause of okay, we also had like photographs, which led to like film, and then I think television. But with computers, we could make we could computers and television. This stuff eventually led to the internet and social media. And social media, I think, is an advantage that wolves or sperm whales or parrots or crows and ravens or giant squids don't have. And so you would think other aliens don't have social media. Because even when people were harvesting energy and burning natural gas and oil for fuel, they they didn't get social media until a lot later. So it's amazing that humans have social media because now, when there's an existential threat, the new generation can communicate across social media, and I guess the education system, though our education system is completely broken and in shambles, at least in North America. But but nevertheless, you still have a lot of people in the newest in well, ever since 50 years ago, anybody who bothered to study knew that we would have runaway global warming because of the greenhouse gases. And so now the younger generation knows that, is equipped with that knowledge, is equipped with well, knows the solutions to that, which is switching off of fossil fuel energy. And we have social media to spread those ideas, where before it would be word of mouth. And so now there's no reason for any country in the world not to switch completely to renewable energy other than profit. And so that is a benefit that mankind has. And with so much death from aging so frequently, I think that also increases our chance to reproduce because people would kind of get tired of life and reproducing if they got old, and the bodies don't have replaceable parts really, and so death kind of like gets rid of these diseases and these like you know parasitic stuff that you can't really get rid of without organ failure. So death is good for having healthy wetware bodies, and it's good for um, motivating people to reproduce, because people who are younger and not like comfortable with their sex drive and would be less resistant to mating urges, and so that's another reason that death is good. It makes people have sex more. But now that we have overpopulation, um, this uncontrolled breeding urges might be disadvantageous. But I mean, hey, social media is also there to promote, um, you know, ways to avoid unwanted births, and we have ways. I mean, there's even one child policy, which we did have in China, where basically you're subsidized to have your first kid, and then after that, you're not subsidized, and that means people are less likely to overbreed. Overbreeding being, well, right now, we're way over the population cap for Earth with the way we use resources. Um, gonna run out of oil, gonna run out of natural gas, gonna run out of helium, gonna run out of clean water. Um, and that's before global warming raising the relative humidity, raising the cloud cover, and clouds obviously are a greenhouse gas, like water clouds, I mean, specifically water vapor. That's what clouds are made out of. And so that's before the entire planet warming up and turning into a desert. Before that happens, we still run out of trees, fresh water, all that good stuff. But we won't run out of renewable energy, so that's why. Well, I mean, I guess there's some people who don't want the human race getting destroyed, and right now we don't really have a replacement other than what do you call them? Cockroaches, maybe, maybe some ocean life. Cockroaches, possibly like dolphins. There's not a lot of life that would survive if we destroy the entire planet's biosphere and replace it with a desert planet. Maybe like there'd be some life lingering at the poles, but life as we know it would just become cacti and whatever lizards can live in the desert, and insects, of course. So that's insects can't really evolve to like higher intelligence. You won't have an insect because of the oxygen problems with their lungs. They don't have lungs, so they can't support a brain with the like not the same kind of brain as a human. You can't get big enough, it wouldn't have oxygen. And so, yeah, you have, I guess we have computers, so it'd be okay if the human race went extinct once we have artificial general intelligence, which is defined as computers that can think as well, that can learn and think and act and decision make as well as humans. And obviously, there's the philosophical zombie, like second order philosophical zombie argument that I talked about this with my dad the other day. Basically, if you define a philosophical zombie as someone who looks, talks, acts, thinks like a human, is indistinguishable from a human in every way except that it doesn't have a soul, then to compare humans with souls with humans that don't have souls, however you define a soul. I use this to make a free will argument, so I was talking about free will instead of souls, because we don't have a concrete mathematical physical definition um, for free will, and we don't have one for souls, or at least, I mean, I'm asking what his definition is so we can have a meaningful conversation by knowing what we're talking about. But talking about my dad, he thinks that certain people don't have souls. And he thinks that robots don't have souls. So my assertion is, if someone can act and think and talk and make decisions like a human, then if it's indistinguishable from a human with a soul, then either okay, then the argument goes like this. Then you can teach the soulless human or android that it has a soul, and then it becomes a second order philosophical zombie because it believes it has a soul. It's been raised to believe it has a soul. Its parents or whatever taught it that it has a soul, or him or her. And the argument is that's ridiculous. Either if there's no measurable difference by definition, then either everyone has a soul or no one has a soul. But you already have computers passing the Turing test, so it's an issue. How do you. I mean, when do you define a neural network as a person? Food for thought. That's something I really want to know. And for that, I need a mathematical definition for intelligence, and I need a mathematical definition for consciousness. And then I think I can answer that question. But I don't have a definition for intelligence or consciousness. I know what forms intelligence, I know what forms consciousness, I know what a human acts like, I know what a human talks like. I often can grasp what a human a human thinks, but and how a human feels. I can kind of understand many humans, at least the chemical emotions and some of the mental states. I can extrapolate those, form a mental model of people's mindsets and worldviews. But what makes someone a person? And so I have my own definition, but I'll let you make yours.